really common for, this is outside the descending top. I'm going to take the opportunity. People hit the base of the climb like that. They go what they think is fairly steady. But what you all felt is that it's probably just that hair too hard, like I said at the time trial. And you felt how much damage you could do in 3 minutes. And if you're behind me, you can see I started out pretty steady. And then we got stronger and stronger and stronger, and you start to reel people in that way. So it's a skill to have the patience to understand that when someone is just right there, it feels like they're an eternity away when you're racing, and that extra punch that you put in to catch them might be the match that you need 2 hours later, right? So it pays to have just a little patience, settle into that steady tempo that you have. If the road eases off a bit, ease off for a second, find your rhythm, change your gears, keep your tempo, and just have the patience to catch up, catch up, catch up, catch up. You don't need to make up 100 meters right now. You can make up 100 meters over a couple minutes, and you'll get there. If you try and do it all at once, you've only got so many matches in your match book. So over the course of a day, you want to choose wisely where you spend them. And every time you burn one of those matches, you got to know that you can recover from it and fuel for it. So those are choices that you're making all day long. And it needs to be a thought out process. Racing for a long time is incredibly boring, but it's incredibly mathematical. And you have to really work out when you spend your matches and how you're going to do it. So you felt how quickly we came up on, felt like Audrey was way out there, right? Like she was miles ahead. She took off time trialing. We were going to meet her at the top of the climb. And within probably under 3 minutes, we caught you and you had to tuck in, right? So there's that feeling of, man, she is like way up the road. And how many times have you been in a race and you're racing for an age group slot and you think, man, that person is 500 meters up the road. I'm never going to catch them. I need to do it all right now. Well, you don't need to do it right now. You just need to keep ticking away until you get there. Okay? All right. So,
Marilyn, like I climbed at Aero. Should I be climbing at Aero?
if you're going up something that steep where your speed is that slow, no. That's a mistake triathletes make. I like to say, you want to learn to ride your bike fast. And what that means is understanding how to stand when you need to stand, understanding when to switch gears to keep the momentum and the speed and the tempo that you need, when to be in aero, how to lean into the wind, how to gut underneath the wind. If we just are set in one mindset, I must stay in my aero bars in one gear, your bike's going to slow down a lot on you. And you got to slow down, speed it up, slow down, speed up. Learning to corner fast, learning how to keep the momentum, learning how to time trial fast, learning how to climb fast seated, knowing when you need to stand up to keep the momentum going forward. This is about bike riding and learning to make your bike travel the fastest. The idea of triathlon is you make your bike travel as fast as possible with least amount of energy spent so that you can run fast. Again, I call it, it's a math game. That's what Ironman racing is. So if you're going up something that's steep and you're moving very, very slowly and you're in aero and you're flogging down a really heavy gear, you're probably not going as fast as your bike can go for the least amount of energy in that moment. And that's the question you always got to be asking yourself. So that would be the time you might sit up, go to a little lighter gear, a little bit of tempo. If that starts, the pitch goes up, gets a little bit slow, you might go one harder gear, stand up, bring the bike up a bit, it crests off a bit, sit back down, go down a gear, bring the tempo out. And you'd probably notice that sitting behind me, how much I was changing.
Oh, yeah.
But the speed never really changed. I changed, but my bike kept getting faster and faster. And that's what you want to aim for. Okay? Okay, so now about descending. So that is the other thing, is that a lot of Ironman courses and triathlon courses are fairly straightforward, but there are some descents, and if you can corner well and descend well, it's free speed while you gain energy. You can recover, right? You can fuel, and you can keep going fast. I can tell you the last time I did Ironman Louisville, on the first lap I had 5 girls with me. The second lap gets really, really crowded there with the cars, the laps of all the people and the aid stations. And just simply because I could corner faster and navigate faster than any of the other girls, I made up like 20 minutes on them and came out of T2 in second, 90 seconds down from first. And it's because the girl in first couldn't handle her bike and the girls that were with me couldn't handle their bikes. And I had way more energy. It didn't take that much energy out of me. So knowing how to handle your bike downhill and through corners makes you faster while you conserve energy. Okay? The other great thing about that is there's no talent cap on that. You don't have to be an athlete to learn a skill. You just have to be willing to learn a skill, and it takes practice. So you could, for some things when we do them, you say, well, maybe I don't have the talent, or I don't have the strength, or I don't have the speed, or whatever, and it's going to be a long process. A skill is a skill. Anybody can learn it. Doesn't matter what it is. So this is something you can take home today and say, I can be a better and faster triathlete or bike rider just because I'm willing to work on this skill. This descent we're about to do is pretty technical, so we're going to get a chance to really practice that. How many people here feel pretty comfortable descending? Good, so a good number, right? So some of the basics. When you descend, if you can learn the basics, you're going to get more comfortable on your bike. You can approach it at a speed that you're comfortable at, and as you get better and better at the skill, the speed will come naturally. The worst thing I hate to hear the most when other people teach descending is they say, just follow me. And then they go whoosh down the hill. And the person goes, I can't go that fast. And they get more and more scared and they go slower and slower. I was that person at one time. I actually went faster uphill than downhill and I was terrified. It was so hard for me to go downhill that my neck would hurt and I would wear out my brakes. And so I thought, you've got to be able to learn how to do this. A few basic things. When you see a downhill, okay, the lower your center of gravity, the better. So we want to get low. Most of us are on TT bikes. The weight distribution on a TT bike is forward. That makes it harder to handle your bike. So whether you're on a road bike or a TT bike, but even more so if you're on a TT bike, you want to shift your weight back and down. Okay, if you are on a road bike, you can put your hands in your drops, so that's going to help you. If you're on your TT bike, you can put your hands, on your hoods, and you can even kind of hook your finger over your thumb, so that if you hit a bump or something, you feel nice and secure. Hook it under the brake. But we're going to bend our arms, get a little low, and we're going to shift our weight back as far as you can. If you ever see really, really good mountain bikers, when they go down something really steep, their bums are hanging over the back of their saddle, right? We're really, really far back. So we get low, we move our bum back. Okay? Next thing is, we're going to look where you're going. Just like when you're driving, we don't drive and stare at the hood of our car, right? We look down the road. We need to find that line. Find the straightest line, find where we're going to go. Okay? Once we've found that, as you start going downhill, what controls the speed is the front brake. Everyone goes, oh God, if I hit my front brake, my back end's going to come up, I'm going to end up. Well, with any brake, we don't slam on any brake. We control the speed of the bike with the front brake, and we feather the back brake to control the bike. Has anyone ever come up to a corner and they feel like, okay, this time I'm going to be brave, I'm going to take it, I'm going to go fast, but then their bike feels jittery and it freaks them out? What happens is they maybe hit the corner going fast and then hit their rear brake. Okay, when you hit your rear brake too hard, you get that judder feeling. So we get low, we bring the weight back, we find our line. Once we found the line, we choose the speed that we're going to hit that corner at before we get there. Okay, so as you're approaching the corner, you're feathering the front brake because that's controlling the speed, and you're controlling your bike with your rear brake, feathering that. Once you have chosen the speed that you're going to take the corner, you look through your line, inside pedals up. Now you're thinking, well, my next fear is I'm going to skid out. What's going to hold your bike down? The weight in your outside pedal. So inside pedal's always up. That's important for two reasons. That we don't clip our pedal when we lean our bike. Okay? Because when we turn, we don't actually turn the handlebars, we lean our bike. So inside pedal's up. Outside pedal is slightly forward. It's hard for me to demonstrate, not on my bike, but you press all the weight in that pedal as hard as you can. Your tires are designed and made to want to stick to the road, right? We lean our bike over and you push into it. My bike's not going to slip. Rubber wants to stick to the ground, okay? No one's really going to go through a turn like this, right? So that's pretty good. Pedals up, weight is on the outside pedal. That's going to put tons of pressure. The faster you go, it's just like when you're skiing. You really jam as much weight into that outside pedal as you can. To counter that, we put weight in the inside handlebar. Okay, so outside pedal, inside pedal up, outside pedal down, weight on the inside handlebar. lean the bike. Okay? Remember, we're approaching that corner at the speed that you're comfortable. Whether that's blazing fast or it's just nice and comfortable, really slow, right? But you've chosen that speed before you get there, and you go through the turn at that speed. Lean your bike, go through it, and then you're looking ahead, finding that line. Okay, staying nice and low. When we get scared, a human reaction is to sit up and straighten our arms, right? What this does is our bike gets maybe wobbly, and we get that little speed wobble, right? And we think, holy man, I'm losing control. That's why we keep the center of gravity low, right? And we keep the pressure on the bike. And when we're going straight and fast, we can even pedal with it a little bit. As you get more and more comfortable with these skills, the faster and faster you're going to be able to go. Okay? Any questions?
Any tips with descending with a group though? It's like I'm confident descending when there's not a lot of people around me, but
yeah, so it's the same rules still apply. Ideally, when you descend in a group, you're following a person who has a good line. They know how to choose their line, and they're good at handling their bike. If not, you might want to go around them or give them a little bit more space. Yeah, I would just say, hopefully when you're in a group that you're following people with good skills. If you're at the back of a group and it feels sketchy to you, like in a bike race, move up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the bike racing. You just got to get out of the back, right?
Wait for the straights to move up. Don't try to move up in a turn on somebody on a descent.
So if you're going to take one thing away from that, because that was a lot of information, you're thinking, I'm about to go downhill, and now I have 50 things to think about, and I'm going really fast, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to think about. If you can think about one thing, it's going to be outside pedal down, as much weight in as possible, and stay low and relaxed in your arms. Okay? So, where's the weight? Outside pedal. Where do we shift our weight? Back. What's our upper body do? Get nice and low. Right. Okay.